Welcome back. Today we are going to look at subject-verb agreement. Subject-verb agreement. What is this? Now, simple subject-verb agreement is basically when your subject and your verb both agree within a sentence. Good. So when you're writing sentences, your subject and your verb must always agree with each other. Good. If they can't agree with each other, then your sentence is incorrect. All right. Now, before we find out how they agree with each other, let us find out a little about subject and verb. Now, the subject of a sentence is basically who or what the sentence is talking about, and the verb tells us about the action or what is being done in the sentence. All right, so subject who or what it is talking about, and the verb is the action. So take for example this sentence: the dog barked at the birds. Okay, now remember we said that the subject talks is what the sentence who or what the sentence is talking about, and the verb tells us what is being done by the subject. So let us look at this sentence. Who or what is this sentence talking about? Good. The dog, we can see the dog is there, and we also see the birds. But what action is being done and who is doing the action? So when we look at the sentence, barked is the action that is being done, right? So we can say that the verb of this sentence, and I'm going to underline it, the verb in this sentence is barked. Good. Now we need to find out who or what is doing this action. So when we read the dog barked at the birds, we can clearly see that the dog is the one that is doing the barking. Therefore, the dog is considered as the subject of the sentence. Now, there are some rules that we must pay attention to when we're looking at subject-verb agreement. Now, rule 1, I'm going to look at the first rule. The first rule says if we have a singular subject, it must take a singular verb. Good? So if your sentence has a singular subject, it must take a singular verb. What do I mean by that? Let's go with the dog that we had before. So the subject, the dog. How many is dog? The dog. We can see that this is one dog. Therefore, this subject is singular. The dog is singular because it is only one dog. So it means that the verb that we're going to use with the dog must agree. It must be singular as well. Now we are going to use the verb bark to use with dog, right? So the dog, we're going to say that the dog barks. Okay, now the word barks or the verb barks is also singular. Good. So the dog barks. Here your subject and your verb, they both agree. But what do you notice about the word barks? You notice that there is a letter S added to the word bark. Good. Which brings me to the rest of the rule. Singular subjects take singular verb. How do we write our singular verbs? Our singular verbs ends with the letter S. Okay, let's do one more example. Let's look at the subject Mary. How many is Mary? Mary is one. So it means that this is a singular subject. Therefore, whatever verb I'm going to use with Mary must also be singular, right? Alright, so we're going to say that Mary ride. We're going to use the verb ride. So Mary ride. What should I do to ride to make it singular? I must also add the letter S. So in order to make both of them singular and both of them are green, it would say Mary rides. I add the letter S to ride. Okay? So again, this rule says a singular subject takes a singular verb. And to show that your verb is singular, you must add the letter S to it. So let's move on to rule 2. Now rule 2 says that a plural subject must take a plural verb. So for example, we want to say the girls. We know that this is more than one girl because it has the S at the end. The girls. So we know that this is plural, a plural subject, right? So it simply means that we're going to have to use a plural verb with it. Good. Now if we want to use a verb dance, can we say the girls dances? No, we can't, because if we add the letter S to the verb dance, then this would be saying that it is singular, and we know that we want plural. So it simply means that we are going to remove the S to show that it is a plural verb. So adding to the rule that we have, when a plural subject takes a plural verb, to show that our verb is plural, we do not add the letter S to it. We leave the verb as is. One more example. Here we have the children, right? And we know that the word children tells us that it is more than one. So right away we know that this subject is plural. So it is more than one person. So our verb that we use with children should also be plural. Now I'm using the verb sing. Can I say the children sings? No, I can't, because the children is plural and sings would be singular. So to make sings plural with children, I will have to remove the letter S from my verb. So it becomes the children sing. So now we have both subject and verb agreeing with each other. Both of them are plural. Let's practice a few to get it correct. Let's have a look at these two examples. Let's read. Daddy works at the hospital. Now, what is the subject in this sentence, and what is the subject doing? So we know that the subject is doing work. Good. We have established that that is the verb. So we now need to see who is doing the work. Daddy is the one that is doing the work because hospital can't. So right away we have figured out that daddy is the subject. Now the next thing we need to ask ourselves, is this subject singular or is it plural? How many is daddy? Daddy is one. Therefore, this subject is singular. Now remember what the rule says. Singular subject takes a singular verb. Let's look at our verb. Work, works. Which one of our verb is singular? Let's recall the second rule again. Singular verbs have S at the end. So we add the letter S to the singular verb. Therefore, our sentence should read, Daddy works at the hospital. Daddy and works are both singular. We can sing sings the national anthem. The verb is sing. What is the subject? Who can sing? We can sing. How many is we? Because we need to find out, is it singular or is it plural? So how many is we? We is more than one. So we know that we is a plural subject. So our verb must be plural as well. Now, which one of these verbs, sing or sings, is plural? Now, the other part of the rule reminds us that the plural verb does not have the letter S with it. Now, which one is without the S? Sing. The correct sentence is, we can sing the national anthem.